And now over to Heather.
That's really brilliant. Everybody will know that we spend a lot of time designing conference all year, and we really wanted this year to consider, what is it that we can say to the system. And we really come up with these three things about recognition, because there's amazing things going on and amazing innovations, to lift our eyes and to really take our time to do that and to increase our ambition. And I think over today, just to reinforce this, oh yes, small people problem, to really reinforce that we can have ambition. And if anybody works with Matthew, you might know that no matter when you think you've done everything and think you should do a bit more, he gives you another wee shove to think, what else could you have done? So we really hope that we've set the ambition, because the whole sense of conference has been that we can do more with what we've got, and that's come again and again throughout the time. And then really mobilising around that to go further, faster. So those have been our themes, and I think we've really hit those. But really, in the business of healthcare, what it's all about is about people. And usually at the end of conference, we really try and just bring that back to, why do we do care? Why do we do our work? And so this year, I'm really, really delighted that we've asked Michael Longley to come and say a poem for us, because we wanted to thank the staff. And sometimes poetry cuts through all of the things that we could say. So I'm going to invite Michael to the stage. I'm sure most people will know Michael, but he's won the Whitbread Prize, the T.S. Eliot Prize, Queen's Gold Medal, and the Penn Pinter Prize. And I just loved what one of the judges said. For decades now, his effortlessly lyric and fluent poetry has been wholly suffused with the qualities of humanity, humility, and compassion, never shying away from the moral complexity of seeing both sides of the argument. And it's sort of that touches our hearts about why do we do our job. So I asked Michael to come and read a few poems, and he's going to say a wee bit about the poems that he has written for us, actually, not even reading out for us. Michael. You could use the proper one.
What's that?
You use the proper microphone. I got it all.
Right. Am I audible?
Oh, yes.
Good. Right. In a few minutes, I shall read you a couple of poems. But before that, I want to say a few words in praise of the so-called nanny state. The nanny state was originally intended as a pejorative term. But if it weren't for the nanny state, I probably would not be standing here today, and I certainly would not be who I am now. The nanny state provided me and my twin brother with good primary, secondary, and in my case, tertiary education. It nursed us through serious childhood witnesses and saved my life when I was struck down by meningitis. The nanny state cared for my parents when they were laid low by terminal illness. My 3 children have been brilliantly educated and prepared for the world. One daughter, Sarah, an artist. Another daughter, Rebecca, a businesswoman. And our son, Daniel, a professor of cancer biology at Queen's University. So I feel confident that our 7 grandchildren will be equally well-schooled and cared for. Only this week, my wife and I received our annual flu jabs and our 5th COVID booster injections, for which we are profoundly grateful. And I've yet to mention the steady care my diabetes receives 3 or 4 times a year. I know It is under extreme pressure right now, but culturally, medically, politically, the nanny state remains one of humanity's most towering and radiant achievements. I'll now read for you two medical poems. One, a childhood memory of the family doctor. The other, about a recent cataract operation. Both are celebrations of doctors I think of as artists. I think of them as artists. I feel honoured that Heather Moorhead invited me to read at your important conference. And in fact, her invitation inspired the second poem I'm going to read. So you're amused, Heather. Cataract. My eyeballs frozen. I lie at the bottom of a well. Leaves decorate the ice. Leaning on my eyelid, Simon Rankin breaks the surface and reaches into my mind. He brings implements with him, curious geometry, blades that keep fading away. He restores the world's colors. He has discovered them in my own dark kaleidoscope. And the second poem is called Sam Armstrong. I wonder if there's anyone in the audience remembers him. I hope so. Sam Armstrong. He called my mother daughter dear. Sam Armstrong, family doctor, his voice booming in the hall like a benediction, his tread heavy on the stairs, and then the massive tweedy presence, smelling so of cleanliness, gentian violet, chamomile. Almost blind, his spectacles, one black lens and bottle glass, his knowledgeable fingers diagnosing what was wrong with adenoids and tonsils, his huge head close to my head, eavesdropping on heart and lungs. His huge head close to my head, eavesdropping on heart and lungs, lighting up my ear hole. And once, when a curtain chink was agony and cologne steamed off my brow, he watched through the darkness death's approach, and claiming I'm better than a specialist, injected me and saved my life. When an artery during childbirth ruptured, with one stubby thumb, he pressed into our neighbor's groin. There's no time for an ambulance. And whispering, breathing deeply, with his other confident hand, delivered Nan Barclay's son. Lay the baby at her breast, Sam. Sam Armstrong, family doctor. Long live the nanny state. Can you bring it, please?
Michael, thank you so much. That was completely just perfect for the end of our day. We've got some fringe sessions now, of course, because I packed so much in. And the drinks reception is 6:45 for dinner at 7:30. So we see you all then and see you all tomorrow. But Michael, thank you very much. It was perfect.